No real power there, Clive, but it was all about a quality, cultured finish. That really is a beautiful strike.
So I understand I'm sitting next to a World Cup winner.
Yep, World Cup winner with England.
With England? Oh, but you're not that old, surely.
Well, we have to dream. We can only hope this becomes reality in a little while.
Actually, you have a pretty good chance this year.
We hear that every 4 years, and to be honest, it's
when you're in it.
Where we're in it, thanks for rubbing that in. When we're in it, yes, we have a good chance, but so do I was going to say 31 other teams, but realistically 10.
So we're here to talk about, let me see if I can get this right, 2010 FIFA World Cup South Africa. That's the official title of it. And once again, EA deliver a sort of in-between FIFA version here. What do we feel about that?
Well, it's EA. It's a mid-season title at best to describe it. With FIFA 10 only a few months old and FIFA 11 only a few months due, it's really hard to find justification for this title. But I have to say, as someone who's played it countless times, FIFA 10 World Cup lives up to it beautifully. It just has so many new features. They've improved on it graphically, and I know one of the issues I had personally was the level of sound from the crowd, the intensity. You didn't really feel like this is the biggest game in the world. This is the biggest sporting event in the world. They have fixed that and then some. Hell, you get earache from the vuvuzelas. So it's been sorted out.
It's too realistic.
It's a bit too realistic, I would say, but it's a wonderfully engrossing sports game.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the main things that you need to nail with a title like this. It can't just be tagged on. They need to bring that World Cup atmosphere full on, because that's why fans will want to buy this, because everyone knows they haven't reinvented FIFA 10 for this title. The basics are the same. They've improved upon some things, but you're not getting FIFA 11. You're getting FIFA 10 with the World Cup.
Exactly. I mean, they've definitely tweaked and then tightened just about everything. Control-wise, it looks greater, it's faster. Purists would say it's a bit dumbed down for those who are new to, the whole football gaming experience. But there's a reason for that. It's a title that is coming up in a football World Cup year, and this is to appeal to the masses, basically.
The casual football fan.
Exactly. But saying that as well, personally, I think one of the things they've improved on is the end game animation. When you actually take home the big prize, I mean, you feel like you are carrying the World Cup. Yeah. All
right. So that's something for those of us who will never get to experience a World Cup win.
Hey, I have it in my bathroom right now, so I'm happy.
But there's another thing in their area where they've actually changed a lot that we talked a little bit about earlier, the penalties. Can you describe a little bit what they've done with that?
I think the penalty scenario is a bit hit and miss. It's an interesting concept where instead of simply just relying on your placement of the ball, they take into account a number of factors like how far in the competition you are, the form of the player. Those affect his ability to hit a clean, crisp shot. Which in theory is great, but the execution so far seems to be a bit wonky. I mean, there have been instances when I've played it and you're at a critical point in the game and you have a penalty which you have to score to win, and the bar which shows your level of nervousness isn't there, and so you just hit and watch the ball sail miles over frustratingly.
So while you are composed, your player isn't, and you miss.
Hell, I mean, at the end of it there was sweaty palms all over, so yes, it was annoying.
So we've got all this. It's a neat little package. It's not FIFA 11. It's not, in terms of value, it's not up there with your normal FIFA title. But still, it's something that, as a fan, can you really stay away?
It's a very tough question, and I think everyone needs to approach this subjectively. I am a fan of the FIFA series, always has been, and to get into that whole football World Cup vibe, it seemed you needed to get this title. It has enough bells and whistles on it to just about justify it, but I wouldn't recommend EA does this every year or every couple of years.
I think they are going to do it every other year when there is a championship going. I think it's hard to avoid. But I do agree with you. It feels a bit like an expansion. It could have been an expansion. But, you know, then again, I know that, you know, millions of copies bought is going to justify why it's not an expansion. So
Exactly. And I believe they're charging full price for it.
not quite full price. It's a little bit less than full price, but you know, it's not platinum price. It's a little bit more than that, but you know.
I would say if you love your football and you really want to get in the groove ahead of the World Cup, this is the game for you.
And England can win it.
Let's not do that again.